What's up, family? Welcome back to these Drugs Movie Reviews. And man, today we're going to be discussing Barbarian that just came out recently, starring Bill Skarsgard and the beautiful Georgina Campbell, man. This movie was simply exhilarating, man. I'm going to get straight into it. This was, I think, one of the most thrilling experiences I had in the theater in a very, very long time. And it has to be one of the most thrilling, I think, movies of this year. This movie, wow, had me like this. Had my nerves rocking the whole time. I think from the very beginning of the movie, I'm talking about seconds, not even minutes, man, but the seconds of this film, the director, Zach Kreger, has you on your feet immediately as he immerses you, as the viewer, in an experience that's going to leave your knuckles white because you're going to want to punch the walls. You know what I mean? It's one of those nail-biting and mind-inducing, consistently wondering what's going to happen next. I think the pacing of the film definitely helped the story, definitely helped this plot. We haven't seen anything like this. Viewing this movie without any knowledge, I think, is going to help a lot of you viewers. If you're like me and you saw the trailer didn't give away absolutely nothing. If you think that trailer showed you anything about this film, trust me, it didn't. I wish more trailers were like that, because this movie really had me surprised. You know what I mean? Man, yeah, you'll be happy to know this movie, when it comes to regarding the trailer, man, it spoils absolutely nothing. Basically, because the twists and turns in this movie have a lot to offer. You know, I'm not gonna spoil anything here. This is not a spoiler review, as I always do. I try to give you minimal as I can. But man, you know, this movie began with question after question, and it talks to us as the viewer, the audience. You know, ensuring that you know, we remain at the edge of our seat at all times. This is about a 90-minute movie, and all 90 minutes, trust me, you're mind fucked in every way. Jesus Christ, this movie kept my dick hard. Like, mind blowing. After I saw the movie, I wanted to go right back into it. You know what I mean? Second after second, minute after minute. This movie just didn't run out of surprises, to the point where after about maybe an hour, my expectations were blown through the roof. You know what I mean? At that point, it felt kind of useless to try to even guess what will happen. You would just, because the truth is, I wouldn't have the slightest idea of what could possibly happen next. And you know what I mean, that's a compliment to the movie, because regardless of how you choose to describe this movie, as vague as this review sounds, you can't put this movie in one of those movies that are very predictable. This is far from that. And you know, the characters actually made intelligent decisions. Usually in a horror or thriller film, right, you ask yourself these questions: why did they go that way? Why did they open the door? You know, questions like that. This is not that film. You know, man, the viewing experience, that's all I could really speak about. You know, from the moment you get in this film, you know, main character basically goes into an Airbnb. I'm gonna give you a synopsis, right? I should have gave you that a long time ago. And she's gonna stay overnight, right, in this Airbnb, and it's in Detroit, Michigan, and it basically tells the story of her and this other man, and they're double booked. You know, does that happen in real life? I have no idea. I never booked an Airbnb, so I don't know how often that happens, but that shit must be crazy. And the other man is played by Bill Skarsgard, our own It, and he's already occupying his home. So, you know, with him, you don't know. You don't know what's really happening, because he comes off as this decent guy, but he's very weird. You know what I mean? You know, if you've seen It, you know how Bill Skarsgard doesn't even have to say a word. That face of his alone just gives you the chills. And you know, he basically claims that it's a result of a simple mix-up of a double booking, and you know, his character ends up inviting Tess to stay the night, promising that in the morning they'll both get get the situation sorted out. And from that point on, the movie becomes this roller coaster, and it's very effective, man. The audience that was in back of me, man, you had to see them. They were very uneasy the whole time. And, you know, I apologize. This is definitely one of the most poorest reviews I've given, because I really don't want to spoil things for you. This is one of those movies where you want to go in there because it's so intriguing and you want to be surprised. This is a movie that you're going to come out like, damn, I wish more movies was like this, because it actually surprises you. It mind fucks you in every way. You never know what's going to happen. You think you could probably guess, and then it just flips it over its head. This is a movie that you definitely got to see in theaters. You know, people are going to be screaming. I think they're going to be vomiting, honestly. This is a movie that I won't be surprised if people start passing out in the theater. And, you know, obviously I'm not getting paid from this movie. But, you know, if I was to market it, I would say that, you know, Barbarian definitely induced a physical reaction from me in various ways. Like, my heart couldn't take anymore. It was practically beating on my chest during certain sequences, due to the nature of the story, the suspense, some of the thrilling and anxiety-inducing fucking scenes. Like, this movie was, you know what I mean? So I'm necessarily not scared, man, with a lot of these thrillers or scary movies, but this movie was scary, you know? It was one of the most adrenaline-pumping times I've had in a long time, whether it was in a theater, whether it was home. And if you're a fan of scary movies, horror, fucking gore, this is the movie. You know, I recommend you see this in the theater. I have nothing against it if you're gonna wait and see it at home, but you'll be doing yourself a disjustice, because this movie is something that you gotta see on a big screen. There's nothing like it. And man, I prefer you see this with someone, you know what I mean, very late at night. This is the most horrifying movie you're gonna see this year. It's definitely gonna leave you very hyped when you leave the movie theater. Scary. This is basically, you know, modern horror at its finest. You know, very scary, unpredictable, which is key. Very clever, you know, very disturbing in a lot of sequences. I mentioned very surprising. It's obviously creepy because it takes place majority of the time in a basement and stuff like that. It can be funny at times, very dark, shocking for the most part, tense, very unexpected movie. You know, very original, and obviously has a lot of my, you know, carnage candy, which is very gory. This movie could be weird at times, but I highly recommend this film. I gave this movie 8.5 out of 10. It's possible maybe on a second watch I can go ahead and maybe even give it a higher grade. That's how much I enjoyed this movie. You know, we go to the movies to escape realism, but this one is going to bring you back all the way, I promise you. So go check it out. Let me know what you thought in the Discord, and I look forward to hearing from you soon, man. To the next one. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit that notification bell if you want more content from me, and look forward to you in the next video. Deuces.